What the hell is this? That's honestly all I have to say. The CGI is bad. The acting's bad. The music is pandering to nostalgia drunken morons. The plot looks terrible. The acting is cringy. The main character is lifeless. What is wrong with you morons that think this is going to be even remotely a good movie? It sucks. I already can say it sucks. Because it's pandering to the audience, begging for the audience's attention to walk into the theater. That's why they always play the same Star Wars tunes, the most recognizable Star Wars tunes. They can't ever make anything their own. They can't make their own songs because they're uncreative and they have no artistic passion. They want you to go in the theater. They're going to make a rushed movie that makes no sense. And you idiots will still like it. How? Nothing looks... What is this? A guy... He knocks out like 10 stormtroopers with a stick. A freaking stick? A stick? They're wearing armor. How's that even possible? How can you knock out somebody and they're wearing armor? At least give them like a laser sword or something. You don't just give them a stick. This is cartoony nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But it got 3 million views in less than like a day. If you think this is going to be a good movie, you're just an idiot. You're brainwashed. And that's honestly the nicest way I could say it. This movie does not look good at all. The Death Star, it looks so fake. It looks faker than the original. When they show the Death Star, it looks like a CGI freaking crap. On the original, it actually looked real. Now it just looks like they made it in Blender or something. That completely takes you out of the movie. I understand using CGI if it actually looks real. But they didn't even bother. They just made rushed CGI and rendered it in like 2 hours. This movie probably was made in like 3 months or a couple of months. Doesn't matter. No matter how bad it is, idiots are still going to get it and going to go to the theater to see it. And you guys will still worship it because you are brainwashed. All the critics are bought out by Disney. Most of the critics are bought out by Disney. I'm sorry for that. And it shows. It shows. Either they're bought out by Disney or they're brainwashed by hype and nostalgia. And watch. This movie will probably get like, I'm guessing like an 82. An 82. Not a 90 like The Force Awakens. An 82. Because this, like, when I saw whatever her name was say, I rebel. That was the worst dialogue I've ever heard in a movie. The worst. I've never heard anything even remotely that bad. And why is she so old? Why is the main character so old? She looks like she could be my mom. I'm serious. But anyway, this movie looks like absolute garbage. I mean, is art actually dead? Is art dead? Do people not even get inspired by something anymore and make things their own? They just have to... It's not even made by a freaking director probably. It's probably made by a boardroom of executives. They don't even base a movie on anything. They can say, we gotta put the Death Star in this movie, yeah, so we can get more tickets. We gotta put the little Star Wars theme in there. We gotta put some characters in there so we can get people in the theater. We gotta put this guy in here. We gotta put that guy in here so we can get as much stuff in the trailer as possible to get people in the movie. And when the movie actually shows, it won't make any sense. I'm done. They made over $1 billion the last movie. They completely ripped us off. They completely ripped us off. They were just milking the franchise. Because look, it's getting so much hype just because it's Star Wars. Like, the Disney's treating us like Star Wars fans. They don't actually think about what they actually watch. They just want to see the Star Wars logo. They killed Star Wars. First of all, I can't even look at the original trilogy the same without thinking of the crappy Rogue One and The Force Awakens. They killed it. End of discussion. There's nothing to debate about. They killed the franchise. They destroyed it. And people in the comment section, idiots in the comment section are actually praising this like it's going to be the best movie ever. They're saying, "Oh, I'm excited for Darth Vader." Who cares about Darth Vader? Aren't you going to actually look at the plot and see how utterly retarded it is? Like, seriously. Look at the acting. You were blinded by nostalgia. And this is feminist propaganda. I'm tired of this whole narrative of random girls just walking in or waltzing into positions of authority just because they're girls. Just because they're girls. This looks like a nobody. A nobody. And then she just takes control of a group of elite leaders or elite troopers. At the end of the trailer, she's just talking down to them like children. And coincidentally, everyone she's taking control over is a man. It's just propaganda. They have to sneak political correct garbage down our throat because directors nowadays, they can't actually take a risk and actually make movies their way. They have to sneak politically correct nonsense. This movie will suck if you go to see it. If you actually pay money to see this, you're part of the problem. I'm sorry. If you think this movie is going to be good, you're blinded. You're probably an idiot and brainwashed. These are not real Star Wars fans. These are not real Star Wars fans. There's either the 40-something-year-old Star Wars casual fans that went to see the movie when they were like 7 years old or something. I don't know. I honestly don't know how old they would be. But they went to see the movie when they were like 7 years old. They saw the 3 movies, and that's it. They didn't read the EU. They didn't actually take time to look at the actual universe of Star Wars and what made Star Wars great. And then, now, 30 years later, they're seeing all these movies coming out, and they're like, wow, I remember that. Oh, wow, the Death Star, I remember that. Oh, the Rebels, I remember that. So now I'm going to see it because I remember. I'm not actually going to base it on if the acting's good, if the plot makes any freaking sense, if anything makes sense. No. It's just because I'm nostalgic and I'm going to go see it. I mean, I don't even remember when I became a Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan probably before I was like around 7 years old. Probably before that. But I've always seen Star Wars as cool, and I've always been inspired by the story, really. Nobody with any artistic value would make a movie like this. I'm sorry.